And when we have emergencies, I also served on the ambulance, it's a volunteer group. And when we have an emergency, we're called out, we go to the sheriff's office, some of us are transported, we go down to the airport. Usually our hospital cannot take care of the people. We transport them to Anaconda, usually to the hospital or to the airport. And I know it's important to have that beacon light in the bigger airports. But personally, I don't feel that we need it in our community. And I personally don't want to see that flashing light going 24/7 just because of where I live. So I just want you to know this man surely was right on everything he said. I have family members that are pilots, but being on search and rescue and formerly on the ambulance, we've got it all figured out, and we don't need the beacon going like that all the time. So, but I do want everybody else's opinion. Thank you.
Next.
My name is Ariel Renzo for about 7 years. I think I just have a question. Why are we noticing this light more so than the one that was initially up that fell down? Two.
I honestly don't know when that was operating. I tried to reach out to some of the previous airport managers and I couldn't get an answer as to when that previous light even functioned when it was standing. Pole was still up, right?
Otherwise, just. Yeah.
Next.
My name is Gavin Jeffers, been a resident for about 8 years now. Just here to hear everybody's opinions. Jack, I think you made some good points. I don't think anybody in this room is looking forward to like pollution that this is going to cause. Again, these things showed the other night, it's being stripped away by this beacon light. I don't know, it's let's think.
My name is Larry Bunting. I'm a resident here. I own 2 businesses and one of them is professional membership. So dark night skies are obviously very important to me, and just living in a rural area. I do appreciate hearing about safety, and I do think that's important. I personally don't think we need a beacon running 365 from dusk to dawn. I think I would like to hear more options, more solutions that we work through as a county and a community to come up with a great solution for it.
Randy Moss, resident since 2002. Live up on the hill on Montgomery, and get clear views of the airport. The light solution would be horrible, and windows that face that way. We atrocious going 24/7. The other thing too I think about is if we do activate this on a 24/7 basis, are we leading into other development of the airport? So there's money that we tap into. Is this something we need to consider as well? Do we want more development in our airport? I think it's a small community, and I think planes that aren't here, when they do, should be regulated, or at least there is general restriction by the airport trailer. Thanks.
Joan Williams. So this is a small community. There are more people moving in all the time, which is fine. Light pollution will be always an evolving issue, unfortunately, for the small community. I think the light beacon is not needed at this time. For small community, I can keep it. Okay, but I do not want to discourage more development and people moving in.
Next.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just stating, yeah, it just seems like, I agree with it, we don't really. Yeah, that's, seems like. You're gonna activate the beacon on the truck.
During that, I don't know if I say in the airport. I appreciate everybody's concerns, and I mirror them. I would like to say that you mentioned the FAA requires you to have a lighted airport at night. That here we would have plane coming in. That's the idea that why would we need the FAA flying if it would make
Yes,
sense?
the FAA requirement for the beacon, if you have a lighted runway,
Yeah,
you have to have a beacon, that's the FAA.
but it is a requirement for if you're not operational at night, you still need to have a lighted beacon.
Yeah. Yeah, the beacon is supposed to be on, and again, I'm just stating, the FAA is a part of it. I'm not saying that that's what we should do, I'm just saying that's what the FAA said.
For the PCL that you talked about.
Pilot control, so pilot controlled lighting is where the pilot can activate the runway lights. But the beacon, according to the FAA, is supposed to operate from sunset to sunrise, for the reasons that I've already.
So, okay. A bit hardcore horse, so let me just rephrasing the question. So what you're saying is the beacon you've installed already, now that it's there, it has to be lit because it's there. And the FAA now requires it to be lit because you.
So again, we replaced the beacon that was already there, that was.
Over 50 years ago, I think that beacon's.
The beacon's been there since they put the runway lights in.
For over 50 years.
We don't.
To keep it.
I'm just wondering if you can maybe explain.
Again,
Why.
so I've been the airport manager for like 2 years. I know what the condition of the airport is now. I don't. And I know we don't follow what the regulations are, what the FAA requires. And some of your other statements, we're not trying to do this in secret. I mean, we've been talking about the Beacon project for a year on our board meetings every month. All this information is on the county website, every single minute, so we've been talking about this thing for the last year, it's on there. So if you guys ever want any information about what's going on in the airport, it's all there. You're welcome to join our meetings on Wednesday this week, you can tune into it and attend if you like, but again, I'm here to tell you what the FAA requirements are, and I'm happy to put alternate solutions out there as we've done. And if the decision of the group here is to just put this thing on pilot controlled lighting, I'm happy to do it. It just, everybody needs to know that that's not what the FAA requires. But to Steve's point, does it really matter? I mean, if we don't have flights coming in at midnight, I totally agree with you all that it's not, this thing does not need to run all.
Okay, next.
You couldn't have a beacon. What's the point? FAA required it, would we be fine?
I don't think so. Another fact to the behind the scenes, I guess, is if you decide to do this, I'm gonna put in the airport facility directory and the Montana facility directory that this is the case, that our airport's weird, the beacon only operates when you activate the pilot controlled lighting, so it would have been listed there, and anybody flying in here would have to know that, because you're supposed to do your research before you fly into the airport. So I don't know where that would stand up in court.
Okay, next.
Dave Crum, I live on, Hall Street. So first and foremost, I don't know the project yet. Secondly, when we have to go pick up a family member that does ride in an aircraft that is not ready for our airport, I go to Anaheim. Perfectly fine. They have the infrastructure for it. Sounds great. If in the event of a medical emergency, I will probably go through Lifeline. Like it's already been stated, I don't need a fixed wing aircraft. I don't enjoy the fact that there will be a beacon that is subject being on 24/7, was 24/7 from dusk till dawn. So I have no love lost for people who are flying private jets that do fit the description into the airport. I have no love lost there. one of the issues I think that isn't listed is option 5, which is, this is not a nighttime hunt. So if someone who owns a private jet were to fly into Phillipsburg, it wouldn't be at night. I'm subject to light at all times, 365 days a year. Even with this pilot controlled lighting, I don't necessarily agree with the person that has the pilot's license that's trying to land where I live at night. I would prefer that we have no night options. Because I'm not really, I don't have a plan, I have there again, there's no level loss, the person landing here at midnight. They can land in Anaconda if they really want to, because the first story there. So funding, turn off the lights, that's free. Then we go lights will beacons. Night during the daytime. It's part of their flight records, they did a jump force.
Yeah.
And like many people here have stated, like hearing both sides of the opinion. It's not really, because you've listed out 4 options that are, this is going to happen regardless of our opinion. As opposed to option number 5, which is turn the lights off. And we're not open to that. So I'm asking you genuinely, like, are we here complaining? And something may happen, or is this been, and like, we're just choosing between some of the 4 worst options, where there will be a weekend and we will land at night. Do we have a 5th option where we turn the lights off and the people who live in Phillipsburg get to live in Phillipsburg as we have accustomed to?
This is the first time the commission's heard this, so they haven't made up their mind, or they're here to hear what you're saying.
Okay, so
We're not making a decision
Okay,
today.
so-
I mean, I'm not making, I don't.
We're
We're gonna, it's gonna be tabled some more, and it's gonna be a lot of looking into. It's not just gonna be a, hey, let's do it, or hey.
So, as long as it's tabled until the next meeting, we'll likely pay off.
I guess that's something we're gonna have to figure out and make them, talk about the
Because if it's an FAA regulation that it needs to stay on, we as a community have come out and said, please don't turn this light on.
No, we understand that.
Yeah, and absolutely, and I don't mean to, I'm just trying to generate what would be the general opinion. Because I don't want the light on, and if it means don't turn on the red lights, then we don't turn on the red lights, and that means someone who can afford a private jet. Doesn't land here, that's perfectly fine.
Okay,
I mean, so that is.
all right, thanks. Mhm.
Resident. I'm here was the resident. I did have a couple of questions. When you stated that the lights could be controlled by the pilot.
If you stand up so the lady there.
Okay. Does that mean that currently the on the runway are only operated if the pilot turns?
That's correct.
So if we went with the option that we just not compliant with FAA regulation, but still an option to turn them on if necessary. That means all of them. The runway light
And the runway light, the only light that would be on would be the obstruction light that's on top of it.
My other question is, if we do not comply with what is considered regulation, can any of the monies that were granted for the beacon last year be, because it fell into a.
Yeah, that was, one of the comments I was gonna make on here, if you decide that you don't want any of it, I'm pretty sure you'd have to pay that much back.
And that was a grant that was open to the county last year. So it'd be money that would be withdrawn out. And pay back.
I don't know 100% sure, but that's a great.
And this is more of just a comment, because there's going to see so many people here, and very few times I've seen so many people here in accountability. But this was brought up multiple times last year, actually for a couple of months with this presentation. And this information. Now, seeing the structure, having it there, and pretending having does is no.
if it is at all possible, can we get some kind of flyer or a writer from the FFA saying that we understand that you received grant monies for this reason, but we also understand that it's only, can only be turned on by August, and that money would have to be spent. Is that possible?
I think we're down for variance.
Yeah. Something in the, and also that we're not, we will have, and please. As of covering that we have something in writing saying a student was acceptable to.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't know your name. Yeah,
Oh,
I think you're in line.
here. I just put up 3 here. Basically just having everything. People been saying, I'm against it.
Thanks.
Chad Wiley, resident business owner. You know, I have a family, immediate family that fly, and anything that would be considered a safety factor for my little nephew coming in, I'm all for it. While I understand light pollution, I'm here to hear both sides of the story. One question I do have is, can a fixed wing aircraft land in more adverse conditions than a chopper?
Saying the chopper is gonna have better access to landing zones, fixed wings. We got this runway and that's it. They can turn into the wind in any direction, so.
Okay, well, I'm here to listen.
Next,
I'm Ben Johnson. I guess, the way I'm looking at this. The greater good, and I think that, you can make it as rolling and follow the light for. For the benefit of people. There's emergencies. And one of the things that. I would. Again, for the benefit of most people. It's like, you know, years of those that you can. Before. People are.
next,
Room resident Paul, I enjoy the dark skies. I find myself driving around in Montana in evenings and noticing light washing from different communities. I can see the soul from my home, I can see the prison from my home, but I still enjoy the Milky Way. Some of the stuff that's available for that God. That being said, I'm also a developer and I have designed subdivisions with light, considerations, light that's on those, that you have to have lights that are on a timer, that are shrouded. That are motion detected or use motion detectors. That being said, I think we have a responsibility to ourselves and to others who come and enjoy this community to upgrade this resource, to take care and maintain this resource that we have. I highly urge the commissioners, the airport board to try and reach some sort of solution that uses a acute system of some kind, the light system that you're considering. We upgrade our hospital, we upgrade our water system as we can, for those who live here and those who are visiting. If we did not upgrade Highway 1 between Phillipsburg and Drummond, as we did 22 years ago, we would be the deadliest county in Montana. And the but I think we have responsibility to ourselves and others that enjoy this community to consider this upgrade, make it work. For those that are coming and those that are here.
thanks, next.
Jody, and I option 1, I like the pilot being able to control the light turning on. I really don't like pollution as most people do here, but.
Lynn Bumper, I just want to say thank you to Donovan. I remember the first day that we started testing, I called you and was very, very upset about what was happening and we shut it off and you're. But I feel like a little bit disappointed in the way it's been presented to us. As you said, this was medical emergency necessary, but we're right on your website now. planning study, there's actually very little at that, and it's more about tourism, the restaurant property and hires. And so I kind of question. I would say, just the intent on bill, and I don't really relate to any of those three. And I think I would love to see, maybe option 2 and 4, so maybe if it is, system. But it also has a shield, so when we're on the community, it's also not seen, so it just kind of feels like we're being like forced something in our throat, we're saying, well, if we change it, it's gonna cost us. But it would just be, I mean, like I said, it seems like you're here to help us find the way we can work. So rather than just having these 4 options, which one do we want until we'll be talking about.
Next.
I'm Linda Graham. I agree with their opinion. And medical planning. However, in personal experience, I know. Even if the hospital are coordinated and want that to happen, the weather shuts it down and you don't go in. It's the same thing. Or it works, maybe, I don't know. But it didn't work for my situation. And it was a lot bigger now. But I feel, the most thing I feel going on out here is that the airport is trying to move into people's houses and take over the whole thing. And that can't happen because there's not enough space. So with your millions of dollars you're trying to do, I gotta tell you, I don't know where I'm going here, but you might want to find somewhere to do it. And I'm not where you can. And if I end it, awesome, within the daylight. All I'm trying to say, there's a lot of nice people here that are new, or that have moved here from out of town, or bought a ranch here, or whatever, but I don't think that we have to bend down and serve all that if we are given our life here. Especially if we live there and it's going for a living room window like that. And like, I'm Melissa Friday, I'm a resident in this.
Could you speak up just a little bit?
And 2 questions. The first one, I'm sorry if you've already given us information, but how many lots are we talking about here? How many lots land in the country?
I think very few, 0.
Hey.
My other question is, you're saying that it's.
Hmm?
So, if there's a regulation and no compliance, what's the penalty? Aside
I don't-
from there being an incident, what's the penalty?
I think that's stuff that we're really gonna have to look into and try to figure out what we can and can't do.
Jim Camden, local electrician, been there about 23 years, something like that. It's just the light pollution's bad. I live way out in Skelco, and that's shining in my bedroom, our bedroom window every time it's fun around. I live 7 miles outside town. It was like, what's that? Light pollution. I can see Missoula, I can see Anaconda everywhere. It's terrible. These LED lights. And I blame a lot of it on LED lighting. There's already. Go to the naked, that's involved, and let's see what happens. An option, change a bulb out.
Not on this unit, you have to change the whole head.
Oh. Tell that to an electrician that I got to change.
I'm an electrician.
Bulb's a bulb, dude.
No, it's the.
Hey,
whole
let's
head.
not, we're not gonna get into. Hey.
Okay. Yeah.
It's bulb.
You're welcome.
I should.
Oh, thank you. So, very good. Alright, there's some notes here. I've lived near small and big airports my entire life. I was a police officer for 20 years. I dealt with plane crashes, emergencies at airports, small ones and big ones. This is about money. Someone over here said it, someone said it. This is money. It's sold in safety, Anytime someone says it's for children, for safety, grab your wallet and run. This is not about safety. The rule is there for the FAA from the FAA. If we do not follow that rule, we decide we're gonna turn this off and someone crashes, it's not if they sue. All the living relatives of everyone who dies in that plane is going to sue our county and they are going to win. If we didn't follow the rules set up by the federal government. It's gonna be millions. I go back to make it a non-nighttime airport, turn off the lights. Because we're putting ourselves at great liability. Some of you in here know attorneys, you have them in your family. Call them now and ask them if that's a case they want to take. So what's gonna happen is airports expanding incrementally. This is the first step. The next step will be, oh, we're gonna reroute the power lines. And then there's gonna be a land swap. All of them gonna be all above our pay grades. And we're gonna have jets coming. Next crash, they're gonna start. Look up the Crystal Airport in Crystal, Minnesota. Look up the Flying Cloud Airport. Those are the airports I went to. You know what? When they crash, they fall short and they fall in neighborhoods. They land on houses. They try to land on your highway. And they hit a car that's running on that. I've been to those crashes. And if we have lights on at night, we're gonna be landing at night. Waking every one of us up, because we know the noise during the daytime takeoff or the takeoffs. In daytime landings, it wakes everyone up in the valley because the noise bounces around the valley. I can hear the cows blowing in the meadow in my bedroom on the hill. So this is driven by money and it's outside of it. So let me get to my other things. There's been a lot of questions asked to the airport manager that really need to be answered. If we don't know the history, the airport, I don't know the history, the paint's still wet on me. I haven't been here that long. Someone better know the history of the airport. That needs to be documented. Company, you know, what's happened there, all the questions that have been asked here. So back to my final thing, money drives this. This is gonna be the first of many of airport issues. And if it goes beyond this, if we don't go back to being a lightless airport and no nighttime flights, we're gonna have jets coming in of the ultra rich. And you don't think you are, call someone in Jacksonville, call someone in Big Sky, call someone in any of those places where airports are in and around. And it'll be 24/7. Right now, people say, oh, did planes land? This is why they want the expansion of this. And that light's gonna be gone, it goes after today. It's gonna be once. And we're gonna all have night planes on those.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Laura calling, I'm just Brandon Dick, 15 years, I agree, and I'm just here to look back on her. Thank you.
Hi, Jonathan.
Okay, well, I have some letters here too that are for and against. I don't read them.
Or you can reference them.
Yeah, reference them, people can look at them if you want. There's some for, and I said I'd come back to you and I cut you off, but I had to get through everybody.
Thank you for remembering. I just remembered I had it in my pocket. My wife just gave me this before I came over here. Maybe some of you also. Primary membership, Life Flight Network. It was $60 or $65 a year. There's a lot of older people in the community, and sure, they might need to go down for life flighting, which we have now. And for $60, $65, I'm covered. If I need to take a flight to Missoula, I can do that with a helicopter.
Just a second.
Air funding, I just have one quick thing to add that seems to be coming back up, and this may be for future discussion on this, but. We keep going to the FAA regulations and we don't know, or we haven't stated or haven't heard what these are. So because we have lights, it seems like we've heard because we have lights and because we have a beacon, they have to be on. And I'm not saying I'm an expert because I just looked on my phone, but I don't see anywhere that says because we have lights, they have to be on. And so I want to bring that up for future meetings, future discussion, that it would be very helpful to have the actual FAA regulations for this matter.
Okay, copy. Look up AC 150 slant 5345-12. 0.1.4.
And on that, to the gentleman in the far back, and he did reach out to a couple of the old people, the people that were on the board, and they never got back. So he is actually reaching out, trying to find out more info on the airports. Well, when you're saying, you know, find out more about the airport and stuff, but he has been reaching out to the other people. Yeah, got no comments. I just passed on. There's gonna be a lot, you know. Steve?
You know, this is all really healthy for the community. But one thing I think we're lacking here is the use of the airport. You know, we don't get a lot of flights in here, but pilots that do come in should be here stating their case too. The light flights should be here talking about safety issues and landing and insurance. I heard that, oh, and I have one question for you. Has the lights been, has the beacon been on after you've adjusted it now, or?
I ran 3 nights, one at 5 degrees, 10 degrees, and 15 from sunset to about 8.
And how long ago was that?
Over a month ago.
Over a month ago. So what's it look like now with 15 degrees?
It's about 7 degrees over the top of that bridge. That's the.
Are we here complaining about what it was and now we don't know what it looks like now? Is that yet? I don't know. I think that's a legitimate or concern.
See, I missed some of it.
That was actually my question, is. Were they adjusted, because I thought I had read that.
Yeah, no, I ran the 5 degrees, 10 degrees, and 15 degrees.
I mean, I'm still for option 1 at least, but, and I saw lights off at night, but I wonder.
So first of all, I want to thank you guys for, I mean, it's great that we're trying to improve our airport, and I know that. Being on that side of a clerk, that sometimes it feels like you're being attacked, and so. Don't, try not to say things personal, but I do have a question, how much was the grant for? I know you probably have it on your website. Okay, so that is, if it were to be paid back, that's what I wanted to know is how much, you know, like if. For some reason,
For some reason, we excluded ourselves from the not turning it on.
Yes,
65,000.
okay, that was my question. But thank you for everything that you've been doing.
My pleasure.
Scott, I have one more thing. Donovan, the airport board meeting, next one is tomorrow at 7.
Yeah.
And the public can zoom in.
Absolutely.
Okay, so. I would also say, guys, that, you know, what Donovan was saying earlier about all the information being on the county website, the board minutes, the decisions that's been on there the last 2 years. I've been terrible at coming to county commissioners meeting, knowing what my government's doing. In this case, you know, we're way behind on what the airport board has decided on going forward. So I encourage everyone to get on those board meetings, talk to your county commissioners, not just at this meeting. There's gonna be more discussion. I'm sure everyone's got more questions. We could be here for hours and hours. All that information is posted on the county commissioners website. The board, there's a link for the airport board on there. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock to zoom in, you know, any other questions that you might have in the meantime. And if you don't want to get online, I have that information right here. So see me after this meeting.
Wait, are any of you electricians?
What's that?
You've been trying your trade for years? Or you just?
I've been an electrician for 25 years.
Pardon me?
I've been an electrician for 25 years.
That's all.
Hey, come on, we're not gonna sit here and nitpick back, we're trying to figure something out. You don't have to judge whether he's 1 day or 100 years, come on, we're not getting into that. Geez, don't shake your head, I'm serious. Gotta work together on this, it's not gonna do no good to sit here and pick apart. Huh?
I was just asking.
Sure. Dave Crow again, I've been typing this up, so bear with me. So the, given this light directly affects some people directly into their bedroom, or immediately outside of their houses, I would request that a motion be considered that the light is to remain off until the next time that this discussion, or yeah, until the next time that this discussion is had open to the general public.
I think that's a good idea. Though you may want to do a test here on the, where it's been modified, just, one evening for a few hours just to test it.
Well,
So,
the motion has to be recognized and seconded. So if nobody recognizes it or seconds it from someone from the public,
it
then I'm
could,
just blowing hot gas.
what could, yeah, they could do that motion with that exception of, one test, or two tests, and yeah.
So I will amend the motion to. Like if there's a publicly notified test. So that we would all be aware that the light is turned on from X amount of time to X amount of time, so he would be able to know whether it's going to shine directly in his bedroom after the adjustment has been made. And now that we're aware of what the fix would look like, so that's my amended motion.
Fine with me.
Yeah, accepted made by the.
Yeah,
I didn't change motion, so I hadn't leave it off.
Yeah, it has to be seconded or okay.
Cause we have a discussion decision, we can make a motion today.
Okay, I just.
Yeah,
another.
Would
Got
you,
it. Approve the motion.
Donovan, would you happen to know the English Creek traffic, so I mean.
I want it to be a real clear, just say, I've over to early, but that's. I can take a day on why they're so faster.
This second thing, but this, so it has to be a clear night then.
The last time I tested it, there was a whole bunch of humidity in the air, and I think that was part of the problem. It has that kind of searchlight effect, it's reflecting all the particles. So I wanted it to be a real clear.
Hey, we're getting out of here, hey, we're getting out.
Yeah, I would just like to ask that it has to be done, this is the really great time here to do it, because, windows are not outside having barbecue, but next summer can be next, another function, where, a lot of these homes have open windows to homes, and, have no option to, like, either roast in your house and avoid the beacon, or have it open, get cool and be like, I live right next to it, so I'm very, very glad it's how fix it is, but I just think if we're gonna test it and make it a decision that it's not.
Okay, quick one, we're getting in, we can move ahead with this.
Tested in the evening, right?
It's just,
The community is the key. There's a lot of that happens here, right? With a lot of people fog, and so would that be more of a true test? Than a
run it
bright
anytime
light?
y'all
Well,
want.
no, I'm asking.
Sorry, Jen Walter. So living very close to the airport, I have seen the light every time it's turned on and running, so I know you said you've made a couple of adjustments, but each time it's on, I'm right there and I can see it. So I would expect, if it's run again and everyone's notified, we'll be able to see it. Still. And then just, I guess, because some people have asked questions about the history of the airport, and I know Donovan will do his best to look at that. Someone back here did want to know how many people fly in at night, and there wasn't an answer to that question, but if you're gonna research the history of the airport, I'm sure people flying in at night have to file a flight plan somewhere with someone. I would like to know the history of, there's gotta be a history somewhere of how many people in it. Like, they can't just fly in without anyone knowing. So I would like, well, I think someone needs to research that, because living next to the airport, we never see flights flying at night. But I think someone needs to try to dig into that while you're digging into the other history.
It was quite a few years ago. I wasn't here very long, but we went out there for an airport meeting, and there was a book out there, and I don't know whatever happened to it. It had sign-in stuff, and Mike had it. And I mean, he used to have a whole bunch of stuff on that airport, and it kind of faded away. I don't know where it went, but there was times that we had meetings out there with some of the people that were renting that places too. So it's got to be here somewhere.
Consideration about whether it should be operating.
Also, I just kind of want to reiterate, like, that we need to keep in mind that comment that the police officer brought up. What do we want our community to look like in the future? Are we wanting this to or something like that, or are we going to stay rural? I came here because it's 30 minutes off the freeway in Boca. I'm hoping it. Obviously I'm part of the problem, I moved here too, but I moved here to be part of this community, not to change the community. I'm not looking to turn it into something city-fied, you know? So that's something that is an excellent point, but this is just step one. So what is our goal for this county? It's something we all need to be considering as we make these decisions. And if that right, we keep it small and community, which is what I would like to see, then I'm down for that. I came here knowing that I'm taking a risk. I drive it down my house to get my monthly groceries, and then I supplement here in my local town. I know that I have to go locally. I need, major medical help. I've accepted that as I were here. So I just something we need to keep in mind is how much do we want this to change? What chain reaction are we?
Okay, well, I guess to move on here, I'd entertain a motion then.
I'll motion to leave the light off, except for the testing day, that we will notify the public. Maybe I don't know, a week advance, put it on the website.
Can we give you 48 hours
Or 48 hours, yeah, something like that.
Put it in the paper too. Not everybody got
Well,
it.
you gotta be-
Can't be
you
that
gotta be
far
ready.
out.
Yeah, you can't, cause it has to be in before this and that, and you can't really plan on getting that out.
Depending on weather.
There's a lot of it's just gonna be, need to get a hold of people, and it's gonna be the voice to get it out. So we can put it on a website.
Sorry. It's
But I think that'd be the best route, and then people that, but, so on his motion, do I have a second?
I have a question. Why is it on now every night? So it hasn't been on.
It's only ran for 2 hours.
So you've only texted it 3 times. And, so what you're asking is the beacon isn't on right now. So what you're asking is not to turn it on until what? And you tested it at,
5 times 15 degrees.
yeah, and the 15 degrees sat like that fire.
Yeah.
And so no one,
It's run at 15 degrees, but everybody wants to see it again. So the motion would be further,
Further meetings, yeah.
okay, so our motion needs, is that we're gonna make a motion to test this.
To leave it off.
To leave it
To
off.
leave it off, which it
except-
hasn't been on.
Right, until we have our,
Decided fully that it's on and to do everything.
Yes, we're gonna leave it off except for one night at a time. That we speak.
Come back with that, text and make our decision, or are we gonna get more input?
We'll probably have another public meeting just to go over what he has to bring back to us. And then go from there, just
Okay, so on that, then I'll second that.
public comment, I think we pretty much hit it. All in favor? Aye, motion carried and passed, we'll move on. Thanks, everybody, appreciate it. Good turnout, guys.
Thanks.
It's
about, I think about the rewarding of the.
I really appreciate my daughter was in the shower.
There was only five. And then there's still there's some place. I think so. Images, I Rachel received this forever. Rue came in here with Those people just have to get it or show up in person.
You're on.
But you gotta listen to everybody's comment, that's just, I just didn't think there'd be 50 people.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Which is good.
Yes, I saw. Yeah, they kind of went after Donovan for no reason whatsoever. There was a few of them that.
Yeah.
They don't want the light on. I think we're being secretive and.
Right, well, we'll go ahead and, we're back on the meeting we had to move it upstairs and then we had technical difficulties with Zoom. Internet went off a couple times, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and move on. And, we'll go into county claims. Due to the fact that we had to go up, cause there was probably close to 40 people or so showed up. Thank you. Alrighty, we can go through, start doing claims, but we'll jump into that pay application number 19.
Did you ask her about that one? Oh.
Yeah, I had a zero balance, so then Sarah just kept it. For, so.
Well, I didn't entertain a motion on the pay application for the TCS number 19, regular monthly pay application.
I'll motion to accept the pay request from TCS number 19.
I second that motion.
Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried back.
And there's number 22.
There it is.
Yeah.
It just says 19.
And then the 20 is the regular pay app. They're both stapled there, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
So 19 and 20.
Just amended for the both of them.
Yeah, I'll amend it. Okay, first, I guess. I will motion to accept the request from TCS number 19 and 20.
2, 20,
And 20.
I'll second that.
Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Sarah?
Did you guys do the extension truck yet? Have we talked about that? Was that on the?
Yeah.
We did.
Oh,
So, yeah.
okay, I just had a question about the check, if we got a check from Mako.
For what, that truck? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think
We'll put it on next week.
Oh,
It's been,
Yeah, we talked about it and then we said we'd have it on the agenda next week, cause we was hoping Ben would be here and then we can go through it. Thanks.
But I do questions.
He did show up.
he did
So
show.
where to put the money, is that what you're asking?
Yeah,
For the insurance for the truck?
just reimburse it into the comp insurance and then we can pay part of it out of that and part of it out of wherever you're doing, or
No,
it is insurance. Yeah, so.
I just stopped by to see if y'all needed anything else.
no, I appreciate you took a kind of hard beat. Just.
You're doing good. That works.
Now, and it's stuff that we asked too, I mean, this is all learning, I mean, they think it's just.
You know, one thing I said is the history of the night usage is not important, it's what's going on right now, and they're doing logs, and it's right now, it's right now, so.
Well,
yeah.
that was my question, is the fact that the complaints that are being made, and it's only been on 3 times.
A month ago.
Yeah,
So I just assumed that it was on every night and they were just,
no. 3
There
days.
was,
okay, so it's just
Yeah,
effective for 3 days.
they're resolving, they're trying to resolve.
And so when you did the test on the different degrees, and the 15 degrees was the higher up, where would that have been where it's not shining in bedroom windows?
No, it's not. I mean, the first night I ran that thing, I went down there and looked at it and it was like right on the house. It's like right there. And then I went up another, as far as it would go, I mean, 10 degrees is the maximum from the manufacturer. And the bottom of the wash was still, it was kind of like right on the hillside. It wasn't where it needed to be. So I adjusted it, drilled some new holes in it, made it 15 degrees and it's perfect. It's right, it's gonna be where everybody's gonna see it. And before it was hitting hillside, there's nothing to be done. So
Test is that was, your motion was right on to test it.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, I know it must have been the last night that you had it on, cause I remember, I think we got back from football practice or something, it was cloudy out. You could see the light and see.
Yeah, you can see the-
Up high,
the
not-
beat.
it was, yeah, it was up in the sky instead of.
Yeah, and that's why I mentioned that clear night, cause I haven't had a chance to test it without all that humidity in the air. I don't think they did, you ought to see it.
Well, thanks, appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Good luck at your meeting tomorrow. Good luck at your meeting
Yeah, I
tomorrow.
crashed soon.
Oh, my God.
Alright,
Thanks, Donovan.
okay, so we're on to the Systems Northwest Communications and Agreement for the courthouse elevator.
Oh.
There's, someone's raising their hand. I think it's a only.
Do we have public comment for the PCS pay application?
It's a lane.
Get ready to hang up.
Yeah, I didn't know if there
Very emotional.
had any issues.
Is there no way there?
Majority of people kind of like the water.
Hello. Hello, this is Elena Gagliano for the record. I heard you talking about the beacon, and I was on the phone during the item with my hand raised. I know you had technical problems, but I did have a comment. And I will send it in writing. There is a difference between an airport and an airfield, which Riddick is. It's an airfield. And there are major distinctions and requirements between the two.
Okay, well.
And this is something that you're not taking into consideration. So I will send another letter, and hopefully it will be on the agenda for next week. Thank you.
Yeah. We moved on, so if you just send in a letter, we'd appreciate it. Thank you. You're welcome. Systems Northwest Communications Agreement for courthouse elevator. UL call center to be used, discussion decision.
Okay, so this is where Jackie said that we did find someone. We do have, the only way that we'd have to not pay for this, what was it?
We're using our person we already have.
We already have it.
Through the
Yeah.
panic buttons.
So what's this then?
Through the
I
panic
think it
buttons.
was just cause we asked her to look into it and then she found out right away.
Okay.
Oh, so.
Oh.
Oh, and talking to, Ryan, I think he still says you need Systems Northwest, is my understanding.
I did think we did, as
Yeah.
long as we got to, we could go through with 911.
I think there's
They were
still-
licensed in that though.
I think there's still a yearly fee with them on the system, so yeah, I need to talk to Ryan. I'm pretty sure that's what he said, that it's needed.
Put it on there.
Well, he's here, isn't he? I'm pretty sure I saw him earlier.
I haven't seen him, no.
No.
Let's just put it on for the agenda for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd ask him to be here. if he would.
Will Jackie be here back by then?
Well, she's working, but she's sick.
So what I understood was that we needed to have something that had the license, and we do, correct?
Correct.
So, but the Systems Northwest, I think is like the overall system or whatever way I'm interpreting it, and the UL is, who gets contacted or whatever.
I
Is
thought-
that-
Sorry, I thought that we went over that, and as long as we had the emergency plan and the right phone calls, and 911 was a license to meet their standards, that we didn't have to.
So-
I maybe.
Yeah, it wouldn't be through 911, it'd be through the same people we use our, emergency
Yeah.
plan, that UL. But I think the Systems Northwest is the overall deal they have to have in place, and there's an annual fee for it,
I
but
missed it.
that was the way that, I was understanding from Ryan, but I could have misunderstood.
Yeah, I
think he
thought
needs to be
that
here.
if we did that, then it'd have to go through their call center, then back to ours, but that's what we're
Yeah.
kind of looking into.
That's what-
First we passed.
Yeah, for sure that's what happens, but I think Systems Northwest is still,
Money.
is still needed for the Yeah.
We'll just put it on the agenda for
Okay.
next week, maybe we can have Ryan come in.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. I can do that.
Or documentation from what Jackie found out, whether we.
Yeah.
I guess you could do a motion that you use the same UL company as you used for the panic button, that could be a motion today. And then the System Northwest one. Tabled.
Do I make that motion, we use our own UL?
Can we?
Yeah. Yeah. As the UL, but I still think you may need the contract.
But it would be way cheaper, right, or something?
Yeah, that's the,
Well,
that's to use, yeah.
Fee we gotta pay.
Cause
Yeah.
that wasn't that the only way we could get by is if we had someone, which we do.
Yeah,
Right.
that's required, yep. So you use that same UL company as I can find out the name of it if you like. Okay,
Okay, you did that, are you getting that, can you make that motion?
Brian's gonna find out the name for you here.
It is High Barker Fire Safety.
I like.
PYE dash Barker Fire Safety.
Oh, okay, it's like two names,
Two names.
yeah. Ty Barker Fire Safety.
I motion to step I Barker as our UL call center.
For the elevator.
monitor.
Elevator, yeah,
For the monitoring setup,
yeah.
so that means we don't need System Northwest.
I don't, talking to Ryan, he said something different, but you still need the UL,
Okay.
so.
So I second that motion.
Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
We're having that, and we'll have put Ryan on for next week.
Yeah.
Alrighty. The next one's a task order number 2607-7-11-174-0. State of Montana regarding theft. Guess this needs to be signed.
This, the customer one they have to do that.
We can e-sign it.
I'd entertain a motion on this one.
Make a motion that we sign task order number 26-07-7-11-174-0.
Come on.
Second it.
Public comment? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Carried that.
Which is theft, public health emergency preparedness. Task order.
Okay, so we'll jump into the solid waste policies and job description update. Have we heard any more or?
So I think Megan said they had no issues with the
Yeah.
current drafts of the policy and.
Well, did they
Job
sign
description.
it?
Oh, they don't need to,
I thought Todd had to sign it to approve it, cause he was the one that brought it to the attention that he wanted to make sure of everything.
but we have an email from her saying it's good with them, so
Oh,
I think it's
We can have him
the
sign.
count, yeah, you wanna have them sign it as received it.
Right.
Yeah, but the policies, or what the changes they wanted, it was, more clarification than
Yeah.
anything.
And you guys have those changes in the policy one, they're highlighted.
I just
Is it-
entertain a motion and we accept it and move on.
The updated policy, you have that?
And that, there's a signature page on that.
So what does he want? These highlighted to be what?
So
That's all the stuff that we changed a while ago.
there is some
Okay.
there is some questions he has in the green. The highlighted green, he's just got some. He needs some clarification on what you guys want. There's something about forms and the refrigerant program.
I think he needs to be here so he can
Yeah.
catch.
I would approve the job descriptions and that could be, the clarification can be done.
Okay,
Yeah, verbally,
and I'll take all that out, obviously,
yeah.
but that was some questions he had.
yeah.
He wanted to be here today, but, Bob was here and he can come to this one.
Yeah, I would encourage you to approve the job descriptions and the policy.
I motion to approve the job description and the policies of solid waste.
I'll second that.
Public comment? Being none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
You have the policy to sign there?
No, we, let's.
There could be there's a signature page in here somewhere. I might not have put a little sticky note. There's a lot of people.
Nice.
Oh, I did stick it. Look at me go.
Awesome.
Get that done.
Yeah.
And I'll take away the highlights and I'll reprint a nice copy for him.
Yeah.
Anything comment on the email?
Yes, actually did.
Huh?
Um,
On that Kimnet?
yeah, they actually just wrote at 11:50. They just said it was finally released.
I'll be right back.
Declining.
For his
I don't have,
or his drug test, you mean?
I don't have the results, but they said it's released. I should be getting an email with the results, but this is from a person.
So say that again.
She got a email from the people who are doing the drug test on the guy you hired.
Oh,
And now it says it's fine and released, but we don't have no proof of it, right?
Yeah, we need the paper
so
proof.
you got an email that says, can't you use the email as?
It doesn't say the results.
It just says it's
It just said it was released. I don't have the actual,
Who does it come through then?
well, Chemnet will send a formal. It's a whole thing, it's a law.
Couldn't they tell us on the email if it's okay, we can hire the guy and we'll wait for the mailings to get here?
It's all, when these come through, they're all locked and I have to put a password in. It's pretty private.
Well, it's a privacy, but where we could go off, shut off, and, I mean, we need to let the guy know that he's. I mean, we keep waiting, and ain't gonna have nobody.
He's gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, what can you do? You don't have a job.
PDF for that one. so-
Yeah, I'll get that one.
Blaine,
Thank you.
that question for Blaine.
So
She's got a question.
are you still waiting to hear back on the drug testing? or-
So a person emailed me and said the test was finally released. I'm so sorry for the delay. But the results are sent not via email. It's through a locked website that I have to get on
Okay.
and I haven't got that email.
Okay,
So
so,
we don't know the result.
Can you
Yeah.
hire him on that email saying it was released? Or
We
don't
don't have
know what it was, yeah,
Released, it might still be bad,
yeah.
so we don't know.
Hopefully it's here the next, a little bit then.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully, this just got sent.
Is he-
Maybe even, email them back, thank you, and we're just.
Yeah.
waiting To hear.
Yeah, if we can
I
get
mean,
that.
just so they don't shove it off the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah,
I afraid if we just sit on it, then it's gonna be a couple more days.
Yeah, we're waiting to hire the guy.
maybe we should have people consent to the testing even before the interview. We could have them consent to it.
Yeah, let's be some.
Yeah.
We're gonna have,
Yeah.
we're not ever gonna
We
hire.
could put it right in the application or just another form, they have them sign that we consent to drug testing prior to interviews.
Right.
or With the application process.
Yeah,
Depending on
But
how bad
could
they
you
want to
do
go
that,
over.
though, and then if you don't interview them, they would have done a drug test and that wouldn't be right either.
They consented to it.
Oh, okay.
It's just I guess, expense there, but yeah, it's a few weeks puts you guys in a bit of a bind.
I wouldn't have waited.
No, most people applying to another job too, if they're switching, so.
Mhm.
Yeah. Government, doesn't, everything is
Yeah.
slow.
What was I gonna say?
Oh, and I'm, looking at the German volunteer ambulance. Frank called and asked me if there was a way to take they could get that death removed from the ambulance that have the troubles with it. Yeah, and it costs about $3,500 to $4,000 to get, but they don't really have that in their budget. He was wondering how, if they could try to figure out how they could get that done.
Here we go again.
I know what you're saying, bro, I just, yeah, but if they're having troubles with it, that depth's a bad thing. I mean, there's.
Especially winter time.
Yeah, and if it freezes up out there, I told him I'd bring it up. Rather seen their thing clipper on.
What did he ask for?
To get rid of depth off of the ambulance, due to the fact they're starting to have trouble, lights coming on and that. And it's the winter time, it gets worse. And they can get it removed completely from the ambulance. A person will do it in Missoula, and it's anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000. I mean, it's, people are starting to do it.
Yeah. 4,000.
But he don't have it in his budget, and he didn't want to tilt right out of it by just a break something. That's. But is that another one where a guy
That's another
take
emergency thing.
take away and then they
Yeah.
pay back? At least they're not taking just.
Yeah, if you guys are wanting them to
I mean,
pay it back, then yeah, I can do
Well,
it.
and see, and this is something that we haven't used that policy for a long time. I think the last loan we had is when the road was rich. And they actually lent money to the cemetery district, and then the cemetery district paid them back, so that was considered an interfund loan. But I think because we use PILT to supplement these funds that have to be supplemented because they don't have enough money to run, so we have to put PILT money in them. But if we have emergency situations where they need to do something and they don't have it in their budget, I think that they should understand that, okay, we can lend you this money out of PILT, but next year it's gotta come out of your budget to pay it back.
yeah, I agree, cause they spent that on the transmission already, just trying to get $1,000 there we put in it. And now they're having lights come up with that.
Yeah. So this is something, Blaine, how would we go about this? Does there have to be a resolution for every interfund loan? Do you know, or?
It's probably a good idea. It's a good idea, it's a good idea. And we could do we could do one resolution that includes all of these, so, potentially, have this on for agenda item next week as well.
Or set.
As well as the
Where this is, then
Truck.
this makes it more understandable to everyone concerned that, okay, we're not giving you this
Yeah.
because. We're giving you this because it's an emergency situation, and so your next budget year. We request you pay it back for,
Yeah,
in budget
Well,
for making
you
payments.
can just say, you guys don't have to request, you just say in that resolution that it will be
Yeah.
paid back to their budget, that
Yeah.
you bet you that the commission will.
Yeah.
You make sure that they have that
Yeah.
funding, yeah.
Ben actually emailed, while we were up there, so I have his stuff.
What's that?
Ben emailed his stuff over and he could get a truck Friday if you approve today. But
It's gonna be 48 or 46.
So the insurance on that truck, she's got the insurance check. From the insurance on the truck, so we could use that. To reimburse. PILT,
yeah, he's got.
and the loan can be
For the
For the-
excess,
excess amount,
yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's the only way.
Yeah,
that's-
yeah, and I don't know what the insurance check.
How much was the insurance check?
She was in here, but she didn't.
It's in that email.
Alright,
He said it
16.
all there, 16 something.
and the truck is like, what do you say?
Yeah, so it'll be 32 or.
Oh, 16,395. So 16,395, then he would borrow less from PILT.
Yeah, we put that right in.
Yeah.
And take out, transfer, whatever, the rest of the needs were.
But I think, Blaine, on this is kind of a posting thing. How would we wanna do that? Because we're gonna give him the money out of PILT for the whole amount, and then could we pay back the 16,395 to Pilt on the whole amount, and then he would owe the balance of that in the new budget.
Yeah, I was just talking
Yeah.
to Sarah on how it, about the accounts, but yeah, I think that, in theory, that.
That work? Okay. Well. Should I go ask her or have her come in or
Yeah,
what?
or maybe go in there. Thanks.
Hello?
Yeah, you got 2 seconds?
Sure, sir.
Jim Grassley. We haven't spoken in, I'm Jim Grassley. We haven't spoken in 15 years.
Gee, how are
You
ya?
got a slide up on my property that's been sitting there for like 10 years. Do you want that thing back?
What is it?
It's a slide from when you did that timber cutting for me years ago.
Jesus, I better come look. Hell, I don't remember.
I mean, it's probably worth something in scrap.
Yeah, I'll have to come up. I'll come up and see you. It's good seeing you.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so.
What'd you think of the meeting?
You know, it's good. I mean, nobody likes change. And if the FAA requires light, I still think PPR for nighttime. I mean, I hate to see it go. They don't put my name down on the list. I hate to see it just daytime only. You're gonna lose some revenue. But I think if you did PPR, you know, really strictly at night, then you can turn a light on as needed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of airports. I mean, you know, I'm still flying. I've been flying my entire life. There's a lot of airports that have very limited times when you can land.
That's why I was asking. I knew you flew a lot.
Yeah, I'm still flying. So, I mean, we get slack times and, you know, we get penalized if we violate those. So I think you can satisfy the requirement of the FAA to have a innovation. If you do the PPR thing, you know when those planes are coming.
Yeah, and just have, always
Gotta be
have
signed by
something,
you
yeah, we
guys,
gotta
yeah.
touch it
It's for
you know, and then know that who's
snap
coming and
benefits.
going,
Yeah.
just in case something ever happens, but, you know.
I don't know who-
yeah.
I wonder if Becky would
Exactly.
fill this house.
I think there's ways.
How long you
She's
here?
not here today.
I'm here.
Oh,
She's not here.
just give that to her.
Yeah, between, yeah, someone.
I gotta go to Missouri.
I tried
You wanna come back?
myself.
Yeah, I'll just come back.
I get a lot more than slam.
I'll figure this out, Jess.
I speak to myself. Yeah,
I'll come up and.
yeah, come on, that thing's been laying on my ground for 10 years.
All right. I will definitely come.
I
see
mean,
you.
I know you're not using it probably anymore, but it's probably worth something at the scrapyard.
You never know. I'll come see you, my friend.
All right, yeah,
Thanks.
you got my number.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you.
See ya.
Laying stuff all over the county, yeah.
I said I got stuff scattered. I got a brush rig sitting down there in Chuck Johnson's. I need to go get.
You guys on Zoom?
Huh? Yeah. We're still on. Again. I'd entertain a motion on the claims.
I'll motion to accept claims.
Seconded, in favor. Aye. We can go on.
You're done? Is that the last?
Yeah.
You're adjourned?
Yeah.
All right, good job.